This is one of the best sparring sessions ever in the series. A retired boxer, Ippo versus the current IBF Junior Lightweight World Champion. This sparring also will show Ippo's world-level abilities and his inevitable comeback. Let's you and I get started too. Volg tells him to get in the ring. Please take off the weights too, he added. But Ippo said he's already retired. But Sendo said, don't let him fool you. He's doing some crazy stuff when we were sparring. Ippo says it feels wrong. He has no idea of his capabilities or if he is really helpful to Volg. But he has to be helpful. Volg's coach sees the weights and starts thinking. Volg's coach has a request. Volg's opponent is a bull rusher. Crush the distance and close on in like always. Ippo thinks about one thing only. He has to be helpful. He wants to pay Volg back from when he helped him with Sawamura. This is the biggest reason of this sparring. Paying Volg back. Ippo says don't worry about injuring him. He is stronger than me anyway, so I can go full power. Ippo's body is on world rank mode. Volg needs to be highly cautious. Pay him back. And suddenly, Ippo dashes in. Ippo chases him across the whole ring with lateral movement. He basically cuts the ring in half with his footwork. Volg blocks every single punch. He is a world champ after all. Volg manages to circle out and ends up on the outside of Ippo's lead leg, but it doesn't matter one bit. Ippo sees him and immediately pivots to face him. In the same motion, he hits him with a storm of punches. A left hook slices through the air. Volg steps out of range just in time. He sees the punches coming. But Ippo's step in gets faster. Volg is a little surprised even. But he answers with a slicing jab. Ippo dodges to the side and manages to get in the pocket. They go full-blown in-fight. But Ippo's pressure is bigger. Volg says he misread him entirely. As Volg tries to be as vigilant as possible, Ippo thinks about paying him back. And all of a sudden, the white fang enters the ring. Out of nowhere, Volg pulls out his trademark move with full biting force. But Ippo stays calm and observes carefully. A left upper and a right hook. And Ippo did the unthinkable. He catches it point blank. He saw the punches coming and prepared to hold them in his hands. He caught the white fang as if nothing and everyone was surprised. Volg says the sensation is like hitting a brick wall. And Ippo just wants to be helpful. If you want to get beaten up by him, let him help you with full power. He chases Volg with his right, but Volg is still able to see the punches coming. He says, this is not a touch sparring. It's just a normal spar. Now, in a flurry of punches, they cut across the ring again. They don't stay put for a second. Volg is impressed by the punch output and footwork he needs to knock Ippo back with a power punch. And he throws a slicing right hand, but Ippo ducks under it and prepares for a left. He pushed in on Volg, he's deep in his range. And he hits him with the most disgusting body shot ever. This could easily injure him. You can see the knuckle in Ippo's glove press into Volg's body. It's like a brick fist shape hit him. Sendo is not worried about the injury. What worries him, it can make Volg's setting off. Volg throws a jab to uppercut feint, the high-in. Ippo parries both variations with ease. Ippo's guard is getting forced higher. He expects Volg to go down low next, and then it hits. An uppercut appears on Ippo's chin, and Volg follows up with an overhand right. This is the white fang. Ippo ate it. He starts bleeding from his mouth. Volg keeps moving. He finds another angle and prepares Ippo with his left. Ippo throws punches, but they're 1,000 miles off target. He looks like he's drunk. He says it was going too well. He needs to pay him back. He has more in store. Volg throws a left, and then Ippo steps in and blocks Volg's jab with his right. He's basically using Volg's arm as a rail to slide in. He pushes Volg's arm away and replies with a right. It's a beautiful parry counter. This is something he didn't have before either. It lands beautifully and causes an explosion despite the headgear. But Volg is already in motion. Another uppercut that cracks Ippo's head. Ippo looks absolutely cooked. Volg got heated and forgot about Ippo's retirement. Reason? The brain damage. He says he can't hit him any more than that. And then it begins. Ippo clenches down and goes into a super low stance. Sendo knows what's up. Volg is preparing as well. Ippo is turning up to 200%. He's locked in like never before. It's the gazelle punch. He jumps like an animal. This was for establishing distance and knocking him against a corner. What follows next is a sway to the side. It can't be. No way. Ippo starts swaying like a pendulum. Everybody knows this motion. It's the Dempsey roll. Ippo is appearing like a whole arm. He swings back and forth like the turbines of a jet engine. Volg says he knows this from before the Sawamura match. Pay him back. I'll win this. But where is he? Ippo disappeared. This is the new Dempsey roll. He's coming from below. It's vertical. It's over. Ippo is ready to show his new Dempsey roll. He's about to throw his punch, but wait. Sendo jumps in and stops him with a forearm strike. You idiot! It was supposed to be a touch spar. The spar was ended. Everyone was speechless on what they just witnessed. Volg's coach look again Ippo's weights. Boy can't believe that they are fighting a retired Ippo.